It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Cincinnati Bengals. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today we've got a fun little clash in the AFC as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. But, Charles, a lot of people see these Bengals as legitimate contenders to get to the Super Bowl. And remember, they got there just 2 years ago. What do they need to do to get back?
Well, we know how well positioned they are on offense, partner, because they have one of the best quarterbacks in the game and a lot of firepower to go with it. But how about what they did in the draft this year? A lot of capital expended on the defensive side of the ball, trying to slow down some of the other top contenders.
But meanwhile, for the Colts, it's been a pretty hard fall the last couple of years. From 11 wins in 2020 to just 4 a season ago. How do they get back on the right path?
I think they've started back on the right path with the change in the coaching staff, but a lot of it, players already on the roster playing back to the levels we've seen before.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts offense set to go to work, and they're led by a guy who's bounced around a bit the last few years, hoping to find a home with Indianapolis, Gardner Minshew.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a 6th-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
Minshew going to look to throw it right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep for Cincinnati, the rookie Charlie Jones. And he fields it cleanly. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they're brought out by the former Washington Husky, undrafted back in 2019, Jake Browning.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticisms. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in this spot.
Now Browning. That one taken in by T. Higgins. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A nice gain of 21 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talking about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here's Browning. And incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, Browning. To the sideline and incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
So on 4th down, on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 39. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Minshew sets to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Here's Jones. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now a 3-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Browning. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Browning's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So the completion there, Charles, looking at this defense, certainly in for a tough task here this afternoon. What are some of the keys for them if they want to come out on top?
Well, the first thing, partner, is they just allowed a completion there. They don't want to get a string of those going. Let him get his confidence. Let him get into the rhythm of the game, the flow of the game, and all of a sudden, he's feeling like he can do no wrong. You want to really get after his timing a little bit, knock a few balls away, and make things uncomfortable for him. Because if he feels relaxed, you are in for a tough afternoon. When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they've become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. 28 yards for Joe Mixon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Moss. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Off play action, it's Minshew. This one completes Alec Pierce. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now he'll escape to his right, and he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Rigoberto Sanchez on to punt. And he's getting a workout here in this 1st quarter as he gets it away. On the return is Jones. 35 yards that time on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Oh, the motion comes too late. And this is going to be a delay. And that flag accepted.
Still 2nd down.
Off the bootleg. Browning. And that one caught downfield by Boyd. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Browning. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Browning. And his throw is incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. It isn't normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Minshew and the Colts going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It was Mike Hilton up to make the tackle.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
$10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Now Minshew. He'll drop this underneath the Moss. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Moss on the give up the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Now 2nd and 5. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And they'll accept that penalty. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. Here's Minshew. And his throw here's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
The offense on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. On 2nd down, it's Sermon. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Bengals getting set to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Yeah, get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Browning's throw taken in here by Chase. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Throwing on 1st down, Browning. And that's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Second and 10. Throwing again, Browning. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Browning. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Always important as a defender on third down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that will extend their lead even further. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
It got his man complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Josh Downs, 76 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be. There he goes, left side. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Brown is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
McPherson now for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Indy set to go on offense once more. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Minshew and the Colts going to come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
Well, he certainly didn't like when he saw it all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side taken in by Pittman. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got Granson, his tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Moss. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Moss once more. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. The Colts send out their new kicker for 2023, Matt Gay, for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Gay knocks this one through. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Browning's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Browning. Working the middle here, that's complete to Sample, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Browning. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, Browning. He will find his man Chase complete. He's still on his feet. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 63 yards. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Colts getting ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They'll swing this out to Moss. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Second down and 3. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He finds his man, complete. It's Moss. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Second down and 8. Minshew sets to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop them here on 3rd down. They'll go up the middle here with Moss. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Jones on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand-new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. DeForest Buckner using that size to force his way in there and make the stop behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. On the option, they'll hand it to Moss. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again here with Moss. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 44. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
3rd down. Here's a run by Moss. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. They'll run on 1st down with Moss. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
On 2nd down, Minshew. He'll dump that one off to Moss, complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Minshew. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing to start the drive. Browning. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Back to throw. Browning. That's complete to the tight end Sample. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On 1st down, Browning. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
I like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun. Browning. He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And give him a gain of 37.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Browning. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A handoff to Moss on the option.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Minshew. This is going to be incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, Browning. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Browning. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. Back to throw. Browning.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. To return is McKenzie.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Here's Minshew. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 41, here's second down and 7. Here's the option.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On 3rd down, Browning. And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts set to take over here offensively. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Minshew and the Colts going to come up here 1st and 10
at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Left side, he finds Pierce.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Moss.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
They'll run the screen with Moss.
They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts first down as he'll get this up to the 45-yard line.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Looking to throw. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
From the 46, here's 2nd down at a yard.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Out of the gun is Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw again.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He'll look to throw.
Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. On the option, they'll hand it to Moss. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Kylan Granson from 10 yards out. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to fashion together a good drive right here and now.
Because defensively, got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Browning. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw, Browning. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now Browning. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know If they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. McKenzie now to return it. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Minshew and the Colts going to come up here 1st and 10
at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Chidobe with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49.
Browning's throw there taken in by Smith.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Browning.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Mixing up the middle.
Down to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Browning avoids the target, and he has it over the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive linemen, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts' 20-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Minshew and the Colts going to come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Minshew sets to throw.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 22.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Minshew's throw into the hands of Pittman here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
It'll be Minshew again. A quick throw there is incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Credit that to the former Texas Longhorn, Joseph Osai, who got in there.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead. and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Minshew. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead. And that one an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within one score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 79 yards rushing here from Mixon. He's got a first down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Once again, they run with Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Inside handoff to Mixon. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Third and 3. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he will have a Bengals first down. And it's celebration time on that sideline. And they've earned it. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
All right, I know you do this, man.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.